Good afternoon, everybody. Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Hey, so we keep talking about, keep beating it up. It's almost turkey season. And so we're fixing to start running through some of these scooting shoots because I'm a big fan of scooting shoots. Y'all gonna have to watch some videos over them. So, hey, I'm excited to talk about this one. Went down to Max, picked it up, the Mojo Scooting Shoot Gunner. Why is this scooting shoot important? This one's important because I can shoot while I'm using it. That's all there is to it. So I talk about it in all the rest of them. Look, guys, if you're gonna go out Midwest and you're gonna hunt some turkeys, if you're from Arkansas, number one, go out west. If you've been chasing these Easterns your whole life, go out west and see how easy that is. I don't mean that bad to any of you guys that are out west, but those birds are a little bit different than these here in Arkansas, and they're a little bit more predictable, I guess I'll say. So anyways, but I can tell you now, if you head out west and you don't have a scooting shoot in your pack, you are messing up from the time that you leave your house. You're going to be trying to find a place out there to go buy one, and they're more expensive out there, I can guarantee you, because I've been down that road twice. So anyways, we've got the Mojo Scooting Shoot Gunner. This is new to the market this year. The big deal about it, like I said, is that you can shoot while you use it. The other Mojo Scoot and Shoot, it works to me more like a ground blind kind of assembly more than a scoot and shoot, but it is big, it is bulky, you can get behind it and you can hide. So I'm interested to see what the spread of this one looks like, so let's check it out. All right, so right out of the pack, I like it. Reason being, you've got one thing. Look, I don't know anything about it. I've never opened one up. First time I ever touched one, but I can almost guarantee you my gun's gonna go there. So that part of it's easy. I've got one head, I've got two heads, and I have a fan. So it's super easy. Look how compact that is. You can literally just stick that in the side pocket of your britches if you wanted to. So let's go through getting this thing set up, see how it works. So one cool thing, just like the other Mojos, is it comes with these extra parts. And what these extra parts are for is if you wanted to exchange this out, your fan out for a live fan, for one of your fans off one of your old birds to make it look even more realistic, it gives you that availability. It comes with some parts here. It's like a fan spreader basically if you look in there, and you can do that. So let's see if we can figure out how this goes without even looking. All right, so number one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open up this fan, because I guarantee you that's gonna be the first part you're gonna need to do. First thing, right out of the box, like or dislike? Love. Wanna know why? Look at the coverage you get from that. So I always talk about that with any of these scooting shoots, is you want something that's big. I won't name the one that I have used a couple different times, but the only downside I had about it was that it was a smaller frame. So, you know, I found myself like trying to turn sideways like this to stay behind it, but this one you can see I'm standing just normal. I've got my little see-through window. I'm good to go. So, all I did was take the head. If you look in there, it's got a couple little slots. Slid the head in one slot. When you fold this out, it's got another little slot there. Slide that guy down in there, and you are literally ready for action. So one thing I wanted to talk about, we'll loosen this guy off. The weapon of choice that I have here today is a Stoker 3.5 inch. I actually haven't used it for turkey hunting yet. I bought this gun for goose hunting. So that's the reason for that long wheelbase there. For turkey hunting, I actually use a Remington 870 smoothbore 20 gauge with some TSS. So I know a lot of guys like to beat up on those TSS, but I'm gonna tell you, if they made a shotgun where I could kill them at 150, I would shoot a shotgun where I could kill them at 150. It just is what it is. It's who I am as a person. It's just like kind of like when it comes to bows. Everybody talks about, you know, shooting deer at 25 and 30. That's real cool. I agree with you. But if I have the availability to shoot him at 50 because I shoot every day, that's what I'm gonna do. How super simple is that? We're in and ready to go. All right, so some things we want to talk about. Look at that. So you've got a shoot through window. So why is that important? If I'm scooting across a field, I can hold my weapon over to my side just like this, and I can stay behind this as I'm moving through a field. But the other big deal is, you see these guys? That's a rest. So if I am laying out like so, Let me adjust you down just a little bit so you can see. Number one, look at that. Looks fantastic. However, big deal about this is you can tell it goes all the way to the ground. And if you're ever turkey hunting and you see that bird in full strut, they do that wing drag. So the wings come all the way down and it makes it actually have that full turkey look. So what I wanted to talk about is this. You see right here? So basically what that is that's your shooting window. So if I'm sitting down on the ground, you're up above me, you're a dead gobbler, ain't no way around it. You've got that window right there to shoot through. You get tired, you can kind of give it a rest, let it sit, and all of a sudden that turkey goes to moving, you need to get up and move, or you're trying to crawl, you can take your gun, scoot it up because it has that little tripod looking little deal, stay behind it, scoot up, keep doing it until you get in the range of that bird. If you're in an area that's got a little bit taller grass, stand up, or your weapon like this, you can kind of move through, and just like the rest of the Mojos, you've got your little shoot through window there where you can see. So let's talk about the pluses and the minuses of this thing real quick. Number one, I'm going to tell you, this is probably the coolest scoot and shoot that I put my hands on. There's another thing here that we haven't talked about with it, we'll kind of run through real quick, is the dual head option. So this comes with the dual head. The reason being is just you can get one that's a little bit more white, one that's got a little bit more red to it, depending on how aggressive the bird is that you're calling to. If you're trying to do a lot of calling, you want that real red head on here, you can throw that one on there. Or if you want one that's just easier to be seen, it's got more white to it, you can leave this one on there. Now we've got it off, I'll show you. That's that little tripod, your little shooting window here. You can tighten that up to fit just about any make and model of weapon you could imagine. If you had a 10 gauge, some of you guys I know like to sling them 10 gauge. So if you got what a 10 gauge, say this wasn't long enough, I think it is. I'll double check it on my BPS and we'll put it on here and see, because I also have one of those. It was for running dogs whenever I was younger. 10 gauge running dogs was nasty. But anyways, we'll put it on here and tell you if it fits or not. But if not, it's just a wing nut. You can put a longer bolt in there to give you that availability for a bigger gun. So anyways, so plus sides, it's a scoot and shoot that you can shoot through. That is absolutely phenomenal. Number two thing about it, it still gives you that big frame, right? Gives you something to hide behind, which if any of you guys have ever turkey hunted before, you know how important that is. Having something that you can get behind is huge. The other thing I like about it, is it a decoy like some of the other ones? Not really, but then again, I have my gun, it's mounted to my gun, and I can just set my gun down and now it turns itself into a decoy. So if I had, you know, a group of jakes or a group of hens come in and I was trying not to do a whole bunch of movement, all I've got to do is set that weapon down and now I have a decoy. So it still works as that decoy thing. It's just not something that you can set out way out in front of you and get back behind and call. It is for that aggressive style hunting. So to take it apart, head comes off. You've got your little mount here. Take it, fold it. Now you've got this piece, you've got this here, and you've got your two heads. So it comes apart and you have it just like this. So being able to pack it up, it's super easy. Like I said, you could literally just put this in a pocket. And again, guys, this is the Mojo Scoot and Shoot Gunner. If you haven't checked one of these out, I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as scoot and shoot goes and turkey decoys, this has been by far my favorite. Go grab one of these, check it out. You never know that you're gonna need it until you need it. So have it for that opportunity. That bird's locked up and you've got to move on him. He's not moving on you. And I promise you your success rate's gonna go up. I say it deer hunting, I'm gonna say it turkey hunting. Get aggressive, get aggressive, get aggressive. Go after them. If they're not coming to you, go after them and post a picture up on the page. Let us know how it does. Good hunting, guys. We'll see you later in the week.